I hope traders and investors alike were green Friday. I hope everybody's having a good weekend, getting some rest, getting a break from the market. We definitely need it. Getting some family time. That's the most important thing. Get your family time in. So I would like to take a minute and go over our day trading watch list. Talk a little bit about the market. This week, no Fed speakers, no big economic data, nothing really big. No Fed speakers until the 27th, until the FOMC meeting, unless there is some kind of emergency. So that's huge because Friday, we had numbers that were a little unexpected. Then we had a Fed speaker talking. Then we had a release of disposable inside leak of not going over a 0.25 this week or this month for the rate hike. Not too sure I believe that one. These numbers we're seeing, they're good for the economy, but they're inflationary. So, also with earnings, the market is feeling bullish right now. The bullish percent index for the NASDAQ is actually 50%, saying that 50% of the stocks inside of the NASDAQ are turning bullish. It's kind of a big number. We are seeing some rotations though. So let's get into the charts. This is crude. Well, it's Brent. We lost our support level here, come down, actually come back and retested it. Got a big down candle here, broke down below it. Right now we formed a bear flag, flagging into the 9. If we do confirm this flag and pull down, watch your 200 here for support. You can see we got a wick that come down and touched it this week. Thursday's candle come down and touched it, and we end up pushing back up. So that 200 can definitely act as support. Bitcoin, this is Bitcoin's weekly. When I added this chart in, it was supposed to be with the other Bitcoin chart, but something stock charts, maybe something I haven't figured out yet, but they should be in line with one another. So Bitcoin, we've been talking about this 200 on the weekly being a major level of resistance, and we have to get above that, or Bitcoin will be moving down. So this candle, this is the weekly chart. This actually closes, I believe, at 6 o'clock today. We get a new candle. This 9 will pull down a little more. So this 9 steady working its way down. We really need to get back up above these levels, or Bitcoin's going to be moving down to the next level. Put the call ratio 88 neutral, looking good. You can see we've spent a few months down here. You can see like this whole time from COVID, we spent right here in the bullish zone. We would go into bearish and come back. So for that period of time, we were in the bullish zone constantly. But you can see the last few months we've been living in the bearish zone. It's nice to see us start coming more this way. The last 2 weeks or so, we've been trying to, get closer and spend more time in this bullish zone. So, well, this is more of a neutral, honestly. This is the overly bullish, but this is the neutral. It's kind of where we want everything to be. So this is the NASDAQ, the oscillators for the NASDAQ. We are at 69, neutral. 46, neutral. Plenty of room to move. You see the dollar cooled off a little bit last week. Didn't make no major moves. We did pull back a little bit on Friday, but it's just been kind of hanging out, building a base. A lot of times you see these bases, it's waiting on the 9 to catch up for another move up. You can see the VIX. The VIX has been pulling back. Not expected in this market. Like I say, this market wants to turn bullish. It really does. Had a nice week last week. If the VIX can clear this 200, this will act as support. If we can clear this 200, we can expect some more downside. Getting extended here, I would preferably like to see it chop around, let the 9 catch up for the next move down. You can see the VIX 15, not really too big of a move Friday. We had a big gap down. We were able to hold it. So the numbers come in, we got a huge gap. Apple, strong chart. We got above this 50, was able to build a base here, let the 9 catch up. Had a big day Thursday, Friday. We just kind of hanging out here, letting that 9 catch up. I say some of these charts are really trying to change. Avi back on the list. We got some short action here from basically just coming out of a rounded top, then noticing it putting in a lower high, come down, put in a lower low, pushed up for once again a lower high. So that was all short action there. Got this huge gap down. Then when it pushed back up, was building a base here, and I took it off knowing it would take some time to build this base. A little longer than what I thought. Now it wants to move up out of this area. Pharma still looking good. AMD, another chart changing, and you guys know I've been short on the semis. So for me to just admit seeing a change here it's really a good sign. Seems like the last few years you kind of need strong semis to have a strong market. So this is just another one of the changes we're possibly starting to see. Earlier last week we seen heavy downgrades on all the names, and Thursday and Friday we were starting to see a few upgrades on them. Sometimes it's weird how that works, but you can see we have put in a low, a higher low. So we just put in what would be a higher high. Hopefully, holding this 20. We need to be able to hold this 20. Can see a move coming up to this 50 if the market agrees. Coming into these earnings, we got some big names coming up that are going to be moving the market. So we kind of need. Hopefully we can see some better than expected earnings on some of these names. We've had a lot of names already guide down. So analysts are expecting a pretty rough earnings, and that could drag the market down with it. It's my biggest fear right now. No Fed, no Feds are going to be bothering us till the 27th. Right now, bad earnings could pull the market down, and the market's really trying to turn bullish here. Apple. So we got a 2 weeks, or I'm sorry, this is AMD's weekly chart. We got 2 weeks of up candles here, and this is something else you can see the difference. So we had this big down week, and then we actually gapped down again, and this whole candle was able to recover, and that was the previous week. Last week we were still green, opened up, we were able to pull down, and it recovered again. So just seeing a change there. AFRM, another name's been super beat down, been trading in this wedge, trying to get out here, back above the 50 here, had a decent move on Friday. Let's see if we can push up from here. Can it hold that 50? You can see AFRM right here. This was the area it kept beating his head on right there, and it was able to take it out, and now that area is acting as support. Hopefully we can push up in the morning. AMC traded pretty flat on Friday. This is AMD's 15-minute chart. You can see the move here on Friday. It pulled back, tested this 200. You see we wicked down to the 200 and then pushed back up and grinded up through the rest of the day. Amazon, I should have a downtrend drawn through here. You can see we're back above the 50 here. Now, another name, if we can hold this 50, maybe we can get a push up. Apple. This is the 15-minute chart, pretty tight range. Apple really didn't participate in the market Friday, but it had been stronger than the market the previous day, so we kind of need to digest some of that move. This is Apple's weekly chart. You can see the push up off support there. Let's go back real quick. You can see Apple took that 9 out. So we had took the 9 out the previous week, was able to open above the 9 last week and push up. So just a good sign. Boeing posted some stuff about some deliveries and stuff. So this is definitely on watch. We were finally able to get above this 140.49 level that we have been banging our head on. Was actually a very good level to play, that if you hit that level you could open puts and make some money, just as long as you were taking profits in and out. You'd have been able to make money just by using a level as a strategy that's being respected. The 9 and 20 is on its way up. See, we got outside the Bollinger Bands here, Bollinger Bands pinch. We were able to push up outside Friday, so we need to get back inside and push up. But that news, if that news does get dropped tomorrow, then this may see a significant spike just on the rumor. All right, this is the Bitcoin's daily chart. You can see we come down. We tested this just about the same area. May have not quite made it down to the support level. We could redraw this line through there. You can see we've come down, retested it, and pushed back up. But as we remember from the weekly chart, that 200's resistance, and even here the 9's coming down on us. So this really needs to try to get above that 9 and push up. Just seeing a lot of resistance come its way. Boeing's 15-minute chart, big push Thursday going into Friday, very decent, no, big push on Wednesday. Thursday, decent move. Friday, chopped around. Trying to digest some of that move that it just made to get up out of that area. BNY, still bullish on this chart. Made a nice move up, put in a higher high, pulled back, retested some of these previous levels here. This is trying to get back above those major moving averages. If we're back above the 9 and 20 there, then I'd be bullish again. This MACD is trying to reset. Just had to digest some of its move. BTU, when it comes to the energy names, when you're looking inside of the industrial charts, the industry charts, the coal section looks by far the best. That's why I keep, we even got the downplay on the unusual options activity reports that I do. Got that move down, almost looked like the market was betting on lower lows, and that's exactly what they got. And we could see it in the option flow and in the report and in the price action. Since then, we've been able to reverse. We got a reaction here at the 200, was able to push right up into these moving averages, but we're still just basing around here. But as for the charts for the industries, when you look inside of energy, the coal miners, are doing better than the rest of them. Chewy, we're still watching this cup here. Like we said, we would expect this to base or pull back, basically put a cup and a handle, waiting to put in the handle as the 9, basically consolidate as the 9 catches up to push it up. So we're right here on this 9. This price action is really tight here. I can see Chewy either, not taking this level out and getting a big pullback, or if we clip this level, or if we're able to take this level out, I can see Chewy making a big push here. We could probably push up to that 200 relatively easy. Look how tight that price action is. This MACD is wanting to roll, possibly pinch. So we're kind of at a big area here. If we can take that level out, we can get a big push here. If we can't, we'll probably get a big move down. That price is tight. That one's definitely worth watching, guys. You can see very, very tight the last 2 days right here. Very tight. So let's keep an eye on that one for a big move coming. I'm not sure about the short interest into it, but that could help a move. I'm not really that type of trader, but we take notice on when we see stuff like that. So it could definitely have a big name or a big move on that name. Lilly here. Lilly too has also got some tight price action up here, testing this level. It wants, it's basically like a caged animal here, and it wants out. If we can take this out to the upside, we'll probably see a decent move in it too. Now let's keep in mind that these guys, seeing several other charts, we'll try to get another video out with some other charts into it. Seeing these charts look really good here, but they're not quick movers, which is the perfect strategy for some traders. I love fast moves. Myself, I'm looking to get big percentages, big dollar amounts, very short period of time. So I'm going after the faster moving stocks. These are nice stocks to make money with. So just because I am not quick to trade them because I'm looking for faster moves does not mean that there's not ways to make, that you can't make money with them. And for some styles and some people's lifestyles, they are the perfect stock to trade to make money with. ExxonMobil, You can see got this little cupish action here. It's nothing textbook or nothing, but you can see we pushed up and pre-market got snatched back, chopped around. So this is the area to watch Friday, or I'm sorry, tomorrow. You know, this is what we did Friday, and this will be the area to watch tomorrow. Looking to take out Friday's high or Friday's low to kind of give us an idea. So if we take out Friday's high, we're bullish. Take out Friday's low, we're bearish. Definitely. And if you enter a trade before you take those levels out, which is perfectly fine, you just be aware that those levels are there. You keep your eye on them. When you get to them, be ready for a reaction. So you got GME here coming into GME split. Something's going on with their split. I really don't follow GME that closely. I know it's coming up. But if we can get above this 200 here, I know Google tomorrow morning, I believe it was 1 to 20. Split that they're having tomorrow morning. Google will be trading under the split. But we need to take this 200 out here to push up. You can see this has been the problem right there. So if we can take that out, we can probably get a nice push up here. I like the way the price action, if you draw this, I like the way we're angling down. To me, that is a bullish sign. I would like to see it get above this 200 though for a move up. You can see GME's 15-minute chart had this big move on Thursday, come down and chopped around on Friday. Got a nice rip here at the end of the day, but need to get back above this resistance level. All right, so the Qs here. All right, now we've posted some stuff in the Discord. You can see we got this little bottom ascending triangle here. We prefer to see ascending triangle on the top of the chart. But, in this case, it's on the bottom. So it's in the bottom ascending triangle. And you can see there's some sellers right here. The buyers keep coming in. They keep coming in. They keep coming in. Heading back up to this level. You can also see the 50 is a big level here. We touched the 50 here, seeing rejection. But the bears wasn't able to take it, as far down. There's actually some gaps down in this area. And we have not been able to fill it. That gap can actually act as a bear trap. These bears can continue to hang out down here, wanting to try to push this down, thinking as long as we got this gap to fill, we're safe, and not necessarily a 100% play for them at all. So, but you can see the bullishness trying to come into this chart. They're unable to put in lower lows. Bears are unable to put in lower lows, so we keep getting higher highs. The bulls have been unable to take this level out. Hopefully we're on our way back there this week. If we can get the right earnings, this market could really pop. It's just as quick as it could go down. It could pop if we get some surprise earnings with some of the right names. This week could take a really nice push here. If we do push, these levels, the SPY, the Qs, the IWM, these are the next level, the big level to worry about would be that base when we put up the last time we tried to push, and we put this base in and pull back. So there's some volume into that. So that could be the next big level to take out if we can push here. Definitely seeing a rotation, coming into the tech names. We posted some advanced decline lines. Our bullish percent index is showing us that 50% of the stocks in the NASDAQ are trying to turn bullish. I'm saying trying to turn. It's saying turn bullish. I'm saying trying to turn. I'm not overly convinced, but we are seeing a rotation here. You can see the last 2 days we have grinded up the Qs. See, we pushed up right into the 9 here. We got to take this 9 out on the weekly to be able to push up. It's actually a dragonfly. A dragonfly is a bullish pattern, candle pattern, a bullish reversal pattern. So this is an actual bullish candle here. Maybe possibly we can push up. It's not a super bullish candle. Bonds are holding in here too, and same thing. Just put in a lower low. See if we can get some highs here. Still holding the 50, but more importantly, the 9s up here above the 50 to 20s coming up. So this chart's another chart that's trying to turn bullish here. You're seeing a low, a higher low, a higher low. Charts trying to turn bullish, and we need bonds to push to have a strong market here. So we're seeing a few things line up. Could be we could be seeing a change coming into the market, a major change coming into the market. I personally think there's still a lot of issues, and am looking at a just a bear market rally more than anything. I'm not overly bullish here, but we are seeing a change. IWM back above that 200. The 9 on the weekly is resistance, but we are back above the 200. We're struggling to get back above the 200. You can see the bear flag here. We broke out of it, tested this support level, trying to push back up. Trying to take, actually did take the 20 and the 9 back. There's the 50 right there. So, pushing up, taking that 50 out would feel a lot better. And, that's the daily chart. Getting above that 50 on a daily would feel a lot better about the IWM. Nice push Friday. You can see it pull back, come back, tested that level. So when we talk about this, your opening candles is tested your opening candles. We're coming out of pre-market, going into market open, tested that area, and end up pulling back, tested the 200, and after that, we ripped all the way up. A strong push after that. MRO traded pretty flat on Friday. These energy names they're getting on my nerves just a little bit. I want to see them break one way or the other, but this tight chopping they're doing is kind of getting on my nerves. Below the wedge here on Meta on the weekly, still, we gap down, still a big area down here. That's still a big area of resistance trying to push up. This whole time, this 9's working its way down to continue to help push us down. Hopefully, Meta can change their earnings. I know people are looking at, after 3 or 4 quarters of just constant guiding down, there's a lot of people looking at Meta waiting for numbers to come out. You see we're still trading in this wedge here. We talked about this when this thing originally pulled back. A lot of people were trying to buy dips and we were screaming not to. Time and time again, even when that original pullback happened, there was a lot of bearish volume. That's just a bad sign. You can see Meta here Friday, though, had a big push, was one very, very strong stock. Get plenty of entries. I mean, this is the 15, but you can see flagging on the 15.9, flagging on the 15.9, took the 200 out there, ripped up again. So there's a lot of places to take entries. Just you got to have the proper mindset to get in here and trade like this. You can buy and hold, but then even if you're doing that, it takes a lifetime to build wealth. And you'll still do better if you're in here taking profits and not just buy and hold. Take some profits when you're up. You can always add back to a trade. You can always get back in a trade. But buying a stock, holding on to it while it's up, then letting it go down, then crying about because how is what gets me. So like you buy something that somebody recommended and then it goes up, you never take profits, and when it goes down, we see people crying all the time about how they bought a bad stock and this person's bad, but when the stock was up, that person didn't actually take profits. If you want to make money in this market, you have to lock the profits in. So there's a lot of internal things like getting over, like it may go up without you, but if you locked in profits, you got yours. Microsoft, nice push on Friday, ended up giving it back, but at open, this thing had a nice push, took that 200 out, come back, retested the 200 there. So this is something, this things that you can look for taking entries, look for a retest of certain levels, and you may be able to build a strategy like that. So many different ways to make money in the market. If you don't have the proper mindset, it's just not going to happen for you. You have to have the proper mindset to make money in the stock market. It's not always about picking a stock that's going to go up. It's about taking the profits when it does go up. So you got Microsoft here. This is Microsoft's weekly chart, and you can see we got back below this 9, so that's a little concerning. This MACD actually looks like it wants to roll over. When Microsoft sent out a piece of paper, or sent out a, I wasn't going to say a piece of paper, but they sent out a note, I guess we can call it. Anyway, they're saying that they're looking at laying off 1%. Actually, I believe it stated under 1% of their workforce, and they have been kind of beat on ever since. So Microsoft perked up really nice there, and then when that come out, definitely took some of the wind out of the lungs. So we are down here below the 200 here, the 9's coming down. This is MRO's daily chart. Would like to see a little bit of life come back in these names. Oxy, you know, Mr. Buffett has been steady buying. I believe he's up over 20% now, or up to 20%. But please keep in mind that the way Buffett comes in and buys these companies out, there's other ways to make money just besides of the stock for him. So it doesn't always mean that he's buying a company due to the stock price. So the way he buys companies out, there's other ways to make money, and Buffett also is a very patient man. Not saying that wouldn't be a good buy, but Buffett's a very patient man. There may be a better place if you're looking to invest and not trade. Maybe a better place for you to put your money right now. But we are definitely not here recommending, anything. We just talk price action. Oxy got this little rounded bottom here, but running that 50 pullback, running that 50. Now we have gotten back below the 9. We need to get up and take this 50 out if it's going to push up. PLTR, PLTR tried to show us some strength here and kind of fizzled out. This 50 is support. If we were to lose this 50 to the downside, then I am short on Palantir. It's really that simple. They're coming after a lot of these beaten down names right now. That's some of the rotations that we're seeing, but it's select charts. It's not the buying's not coming broad yet. They're coming after select names. You can see we had a big pullback here. We were able to take out the opening candle, but that was just about it. Still got wicks in that area. So we couldn't take the wicks out. We just took the candle bodies out. QCOM, we talked about how this was turning bullish. And we finally got that move up Thursday. Good push Wednesday. Got up out of the whole area Thursday, just kind of put in a base on Friday. We're outside of the Bollinger Bands now. We need to get back in the Bollinger Band. This name should take it. Hopefully it will take a day or two, put in a base, let that 9 catch up, and then continue to push. That one's a big help for semis looking more bullish. So we got CRM here. CRM Friday pushed right back up into this resistance level. This needs to take out the 9 and 20, get up. You can see it's got quite a bit if we were to draw this out. So you got resistance coming at an angle down that way. You can see the weakening of the stock coming back, retesting, taking that out. So is this a retest to continue the move down, or will we push up here? That Doji says that, we may actually try to push back up and recover. Like I say, the market is, they're trying to change the market right now. You can see this looks a lot like the SPY. Actually, we pushed up on Friday, consolidated with a little push right at the very end of the day to get out of the consolidation. SOFI just had a big push Friday too, but you can see it's giving it back big time in after hours. I'm curious to whether there's some news that I may have missed on that. We need to take a note and look for that. Because that's definitely, go back and look at it one more time. That's not an average after hours pullback. I mean, we come right into a support level and has literally took the support level out. Look at how that MACD's dumping. That's just not average there, giving all that back. Nice move Friday and giving it all back. SPY, this is the weekly chart. Once again, you have a little dragonfly slash little more of a hammer here, but still in my opinion, a long-legged dragonfly. So this hopefully is going to be bullish. We have to take this 9 out. I'm still not sure. I do like the idea that, we gap down, trying to head down and take that gap out on the daily, and was able to, by the end of the week, that was the beginning of the week, uh, we opened up midweek. We ended up pulling back and seeing the bulls come back and push this candle back up. That's a good sign. Like I say, the market's trying to turn bullish. The tech does look better than the SPY. Qs looks better than the SPY here. So you can see how the bears are, they're taking the price down further and further here, versus the Qs were pushing it up and pushing it up. Still in this downtrend, still need to take that 50 out, but we are holding the 9. Chart's trying to turn bullish, but not as, in my opinion, not as bullish as the Qs. Right now, guys, tech's the place to be. You can see how they drug the market down right here, and then we were able to start recovering Thursday. Wednesday, this is Wednesday coming down. This pre-market coming in, waiting on them numbers. The numbers they were able to start pushing into Thursday. PPI, CPI come in, or PPI, retail sales were starting to come in. CPI was Wednesday. PPI retail sales the market was able to push on that. You see right there where a lot of that recovery come for the week. This is Tesla. This is Tesla's weekly chart. We're still holding the 9. We testing this 9 on a weekly chart. We trying to take that out to the downside. Friday was not super strong. You can see we tested the 50, could not take the 50 out on the daily chart. So that's what we were into. I did trade. I did very well on Tesla, but only because I got in, took my profits, and I got back out. Even though I wanted to stay in, it's only natural that you want to stay in to get more, but knowing that 50 was there, knowing that there was a lot of resistance in the chart until things got straight and we started to push, it was in and out plays. So you can see we pulled back here, tested the 200, took the 200 out a little bit, was able to push this back up into support or into resistance, unable to take that level back as of now. Upstart. So Upstart still trading in this tight wedge, ended up pulling down. We got a big gap down here. So unfortunately, the market just doesn't like this name right now. I mean, this stock was I'd probably beat down at least 90%, if not more. It's just been destroyed. You can see how tight the 15-minute chart is. Just been in a tight downtrend here, and we pushed Friday, so it had this big opening candle, ripped up, ended up taking it back. So we pushed right into the 15 to 200 on the 15. We were able to take that out and with a big push up. So I'd like to see it try to cover some of those gaps. It may be worth watching if we can get up above here to watch for a gap fill. We're going to have to take that 9 out if before that happens to actually go for a gap fill. For me, it's just not in play right now. For me personally, I'm just not interested in trying to trade it. Wells Fargo banks, they had a bad earnings. I mean, it wasn't the worst earnings ever, but it just wasn't great. But a big candle on Friday. Banks were strong. So they come out and said Citibank actually had a good earnings, and they had a much more dovish view on the market. Not great, but things are nowhere near as bad in their and what they're seeing compared to some of these other banks, and that was also helped banks push. Even though 4 of the main 6 have reported, and 3 of those 4 have earnings misses. Only Citibank's the only bank to beat so far. ExxonMobil, you can see we're below this 9. As long as we stay below this 9, we're, bearish. Crude's looking pretty rough. We seen that chart at the very beginning. So you can see them here, a nice push up. Friday, ripped it open, come back, retest, rip, retest. I can see it's several different entries there. This is not a super liquid name. You can definitely trade it, but it's not always, the liquidity is not always the greatest into it. It's one of those ones you want to be checking your open interest just to make sure you're getting into a decent strike, especially if you plan on moving in and out of it. We need to take this 20 out. If this takes this 20 out, we can probably have a nice push right back up to the 49.50-ish area. And AMC. So this wedge, we talked about this wedge last week. We were able to take the wedge out. We're coming down to retest the 9 and the wedge, basically. See if we can get a push here. And that concludes our charts for this video. I hope you're having a great weekend. Sorry the video is a little longer than usual. I just had a lot to go over and wanted to be in a little more detail about some of this price action. Hope everybody's having a great day. See you in the trading room.